Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Just got me a good lift in, man. I'm feeling good. But today I want to talk about, the goals or dreams that you're chasing somebody else wants. You have to understand, all the goals, the dreams, the things, the luxuries that you want out of life, somebody else in this world wants it too, man. You got to get out of that mindset of, that your situation is unique and you're the only person with this ambition to get, hired onto this job or get your body in shape or get promoted at your job you're already at. You got to understand that life is a competition. At some point, you got to ask yourself this question. Are you really waking up every morning, every day, and chasing your goals and dreams as hard as you possibly can? If the answer is no, you got to go harder. If the answer is yes, you have to go harder. You can't get in a space of, complacency. There's always somebody going just as hard as you or a little bit harder. So you got to ask yourself, like I said, every day, are you doing enough? I always like to give you guys, real life examples so you can better understand what I'm talking about. So first we can talk about, a money example, right? Let's just say your goal was to make 6 figures at some point in your life. You end up making 200 grand a year, right? Wherever you're working at. And that was your goal. And then you hit 200 grand, you hit 6 figures, and now you're like, man, I want more. The reason why I always say, once you hit your goals, there's always somebody doing better than you or right with you. Think about it. Yeah, you might be in a small group of people in the world. There's not a lot of people making 200 grand, right? But there's somebody out there making 300 grand, 500 grand, $1 million. You know what I mean? So you should never feel like, okay, I made it. I'm not saying, never enjoy where you're at in life, because you have to. You have to, enjoy the small wins, enjoy the mediocre wins or even the big ones, but you can always push and do more. You never want to put a ceiling over yourself, right? We can relate this to working out. Let's just say, every guy's first, big milestone in the gym, especially with bench pressing, is 225, right? So you bench 225 for the first time without a spotter, and you're like, man, I'm on top of the world. It's a great feeling. And it is good, right? Because that's not easy to do. There's not a lot of people walking around who can bench 225. So you gotta pat yourself on the back for that, right? But then you look around and you're like, man, that guy just lifted or bench pressed 300 pounds. So that gives you another reason to keep going and keep climbing that ladder. So all I'm saying is, you always want to have the mindset of you can be better, always, no matter what you do. Even if you have $10 million, right? You're making 10 million a year, or you've made 10 million in a year. You can do more than that. And there's nothing wrong with that mindset, man. As long as you're taking the necessary steps, you're waking up every day and really putting your best foot forward, you got to believe you can do it and you can accomplish anything in the world, man. I believe that competing in sports, will help you understand this a little bit better. When you're playing sports, it's always a competition. You're always trying to win this position. When you win a certain position, you're trying to keep the position. And then next year comes and you're trying to do the same thing, and it's over and over. So your whole life, you're competing against other people who, they might be better than you. They might have better skills. They might be right where you're at or a little bit under. So it's important, if you have played sports, to take that same mindset that you had in sports and, being able to compete and bring it over, to the workforce or whatever other, thing you want to do. But I'll leave you guys with this, man. Understand that even if you are very motivated, even if you are working really hard, you're not the only one doing it. So every time you slack off, every day that you take a shortcut, understand that you're letting somebody get ahead of you, or you're letting somebody catch up to you. Whenever you feel like you're in first, you're not, because there's always somebody that's going to do better than you. So if you keep that in mind, you'll always keep pushing forward and grinding hard in order to reach the position that you want in life, man. But yeah, man, that's what I want to talk to you guys about, leave you with. If you got any other video ideas you want me to talk about, go ahead and drop them in the comments. But I've been enjoying it, man, and I hope you are getting a lot of advice. But I'm out. Peace.